Okay, so we just had a race yesterday in 5 states, and let's see. I had the primary results here in front of me. In case you didn't hear, I'm getting this off of Google. Delaware with 100% reporting, Romney's at 56%, Paul is at 10%, Gingrich at 27%. Rhode Island at 100% reporting, Romney's at 63%, Paul is at 23%. Let's see here. Pennsylvania with 99% reporting, Romney at 58%, Paul at 13%. In Connecticut, Romney at 67%, Paul at 13%. In New York, Romney at 62%, Paul at 15%. Both at 99% reporting, New York at 93% reporting. So Gingrich lost every single one to Paul except Delaware. And Paul really only had a close match, or somewhat close, in Rhode Island. Now, of course, you guys know, like I've been saying, I don't believe none of the numbers. I don't believe any of these results. I don't believe this many people are voting for Mitt Romney. But either way, that's what's being reported. And that's what a lot of people are going to go by, and we got to keep up the momentum. We can't get discouraged. We can't think that this is over. Ron Paul is winning the delegates. And, you know, that's what really matters, is that we're getting the most delegates and that the media is just starting to bring it up. I played the clip yesterday, so we're going to get to Tampa. Matter of fact, I got a little clip here from Fox News. I think they mentioned it. Let's see here. Hold on.
Meanwhile, Juan, Ron Paul is gathering delegates. He's about $2 million in the black and keeps on raising money. And he may get to the plurality of 5 states needed to put your name on the ballot for nomination in Tampa.
Well, I think that looks inevitable to me at this point.
That's right. It looks inevitable that we're going to Tampa. So we got to keep on moving. The revolution is coming. You know, just imagine all the people that haven't jumped on board yet. There's still a lot of folks that are unaware that Ron Paul is the candidate for them. Okay, so I just want to check my sound there. Looks like we're coming in good for you. Don't forget, if you haven't donated to RonPaul2012.com, donate as much as you can, as soon as you can. Also, don't forget, today, April 25th at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, Ron Paul will be at El Paso Town Hall. Let's see, Memorial Gym, 500 West University Avenue. Tomorrow at 7 p.m., and he'll be at the Austin LBJ Library Lawn in Austin, Texas. And then that would be at 7 p.m. as well. And then on April 27th at 7 p.m., he'll be in Houston at the Hoff-Hines Pavilion. That's at 3466 Cullen Boulevard. And also don't forget the Louisiana District Caucuses are coming up this weekend, Saturday, April 28th from 8:30 a.m. until 12 noon. So if you're able to get out there, it's extremely important. Again, we need more delegates. We need as much delegates as possible so we can win this convention. Now, I found this article today. It was really new. I think it just came out. Let me see here. I want to read this article because it's another attack, another hit piece on Ron Paul supporters. If you see the video I put up yesterday, or the audio I put up yesterday on my page, talking about Business Insider dissed Ron Paul, talking about why they don't talk about Ron Paul. That was highly disrespectful, so check that out. I had a little rant about that. Now, okay, so supporting Ron Paul is naive. Small governments are for small countries. This was about 20 hours ago, so I guess it was yesterday. So let's see here. The Daily Caller reports Mitt Romney's campaign staffers are in a tizzy over Ron Paul's unexpected delegate co-op in Minnesota. Ron Paul received 20 out of 24 Minnesota delegates, and the Romney campaign is concerned the trend may continue in other states. According to the National Journal on Monday, Ron Paul will continue holding on to his delegates even if Romney gets enough delegates to win the nomination. Not only that, but Ron Paul intends to continue to promote himself in a modified manner on the campaign trail. He can because the marginal presidential candidate with no chance of winning the nomination is a magnet for naive thinkers. So he has no chance of winning the nomination, and naive thinkers. First of all, you have to be a deep thinker or open-minded to even give Ron Paul a chance, because the media isn't going to push Ron Paul on you. You got to find out about Ron Paul. Even if you hear him on the news, they're not going to break down, what he really feels or things that things that he's about. Because Ron Paul is deeper than the surface. You got to look beyond that to kind of understand why he has all the right answers. So to say we're naive is stupid. Young people with little experience and savvy in the world are particularly drawn to Ron Paul's small government championship. No surprise, the Pittsburgh Tribune Review recently reported that Ron Paul's small government message is particularly appealing to young people. Of course it is. What young person in their right mind could resist the appeal of small government equals more money for me campaign theme? And when have we ever said that? Whenever those words ever came out of Ron Paul's mouth, small government equals more money for me. It means more money for those that are hardworking. That's what it means. It doesn't mean that automatically you're going to make more money if Ron Paul's president. It means that you have the opportunity to make more money, and if you deserve it and if you work hard and have a good product, then you will be successful. Unlike now, you can be working hard, have a good product, a good service, and still be broke, because of regulations, because of taxes, all types of things. Now, Ron Paul's young supporters have seemingly never had to wait in line for half an hour or more at a store that had too few checkout registers open and too many customers waiting. Yeah, but what about the lines at the rallies? Let's see, their college bookstores must be gold standards of efficiency during book buyback weeks. Maybe their tuition aid office is the epitome of effectiveness in awarding scholarships and government-backed student loans fairly. They apparently never had to wait a year or more for disabled veteran claims to be processed, lost, and resubmitted. But of course, a no more war policy will resolve that problem. Great in theory, but where would we be if the Nazis hadn't been stopped? I agree. Where would we be if the Nazis hadn't been stopped? But for one, look at Americans' involvement. We was on both sides of the Nazis. And second of all, who are the Nazis now? You mean to tell me the people we're bombing and we're killing, those are the Nazis we got to stop? No, we're playing the role of the Nazis. We're the one with the prisons. We're the one torturing people. We're the one bombing people. So if anybody's going to make a comparison to the Nazis, you got to compare it to the American military. Because the military is bombing and killing all these innocent people and drone attacks and, name it. Military weapons, anything you could think of, all types of artillery, guns being fired, being shot. We just assassinated. We just killed 16, Afghan innocent people, but yet we got to go stop the Nazis. Let's call it what it is, man. We're the ones that are invading these countries. So let's keep on going. Not that the military-industrial complex isn't oversized, but Ron Paul's young college student supporters must not have studied the pendulum effect. Seriously, folks, as in most things in life, going too far in the opposite direction is just detrimental. The best solution is moderation tailored appropriately for the situation at hand. And no one's going too far in the opposite direction. We are being moderate. You know what I'm saying? We are compromising. By giving states their state rights, that's compromising. By going by the Constitution, that's being moderate. Ain't no one saying don't defend this country or don't stick up for this country if someone wants to do something to it or a group of people or another nation. We're going to defend it. But we're not going to be going around, or we don't need to be going around just invading all these other countries, taking people's oil, taking their resources, bombing them, telling them how to live, trying to teach them what we know. It ain't going to help. Now, yes, size matters in government services as it does in business. Too many customers without enough service drives folks elsewhere in search of better customer service in the real business world. A large population requires a large government service organization to effectively manage. So if Ron Paul supporters want a smaller government, they might try going to a smaller country. And I always have people tell me, if you're not fine with the government, you're not fine with America, why don't you leave? No, why don't you leave? Won't you leave? Me and other people like me are fighting for our freedoms that this country is supposed to have, fighting for the Constitution. So all y'all people out there that want to act like things are being okay or we don't need to jump on the Ron Paul wagon or Romney's the answer or Obama's going to win, whatever the case may be, don't tell me I need to go anywhere because I'm the one fighting for the rights of this country. You're not. So why don't y'all get up and leave? All y'all that cool with the Fed, why don't y'all leave? Cool with the IRS? Y'all can leave. You cool with these wars? Pick up a gun and go then. Anyways, I'm your host, Paco. You're listening to Occupy the Media. We're headed to our break, and so we'll be back.
One serial hypocrite exposed.
He went the other way when he got paid to go the other way.
Now, another has emerged. Rick Santorum. a corporate lobbyist and Washington politician, a record of betrayal. The facts? Santorum promised a balanced budget amendment, then voted 5 times to raise the debt ceiling, even for the bridge to nowhere, adding trillions to the debt. Then he admitted, I'm no longer a deficit hawk. I had to spend the surpluses. Santorum promised to stand with workers, then